Okay, so we are back. I don't know what happened, but YouTube kicked me off of my live. Hold on one second. Okay, so I just commented on my previous live that I was doing and let people know that they kicked me out. I don't know what happened. Okay, give me just a second here. All right, so I will just give it a minute. I don't know if anyone will be able to join or not. But the only reading that I had left to do was Whitney's. And I had started that, but then YouTube was like, goodbye. Goodness. Okay, so, all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue. So this is part 2. For anyone who may just be watching, I was doing live readings. These were paid spots. But I was doing live readings and YouTube kicked me out on my very last reading that I was doing. So this is part 2 where I'm going to finish it up. So let me just go ahead and jump right back into it. So this was for Whitney Harden. And Whitney, you said anything that Spirit wanted you to know. So here's what I was trying to tell you, Whitney. What I was getting, I know that I'm not doing mediumship with this offer, okay? But what was coming in was there is a father figure. I don't know if it's a dad, a grandpa, an uncle. I don't know because I'm not doing mediumship with this. I'm not really moving in to tap in that strongly. But your spirit guides are showing me there's a father figure for you in spirit. And although I feel like he's been gone for a while, you still very much carry around that grief. And it's time to release it. You may notice that here recently or here in the very near future that he's on your mind a lot, or that you're being triggered by certain things that remind you of him or remind you of the heaviness that you're carrying around in regards to his passing, or perhaps your relationship to him. But I just feel like he's going to be crossing your mind a lot, okay? And this is because it's definitely Spirit trying to encouraging you, or trying to encourage you to acknowledge what's going on within you to release what needs to be released. Okay. I do feel like over this past year, you've really noticed a difference in yourself, and you've noticed a difference in the way that you kind of perceive the world. And some of the things that used to feel like so important, just you see them as not important anymore. Your priorities have really started to shift over this past year, and you're healing, you're growing, you're leveling up, and Spirit is like, we're going to do this, okay? We're here to support you. We're going to do this together. Healing is not easy. It's not comfortable. It's not fun. It's messy. It brings up a lot of heavy emotion, but it is so well worth it, right? And I feel like this next year for you, 2022, that's going to be the theme of your year. Is healing, showing up as your most authentic self, letting go of everything that just doesn't serve you and kind of brings you down, okay? So that could be emotions, ways of thinking, habits, people, ways that you spend your time, all these different things. But I really feel like you're going to be letting go of all the things that make you feel less than wonderful to begin to make more space for the things that do make you feel wonderful. And I really do see like that being the focal point of your year. I will say, I feel like I feel like April into May is going to be a very big time for you emotionally. I feel like it's going to be a really big time for your growth. And I feel like it's going to bring in, I feel like it's going to bring in a lot of transition, but in a good way, okay? The number 22 is also standing out, so just kind of keep that number in mind. I don't know how it's going to make sense, but just hold on to the number 22. Cards that came out for you, you have Deep Replenishment, which says retreat, rest, and be held. So very much go within yourself is what this card is saying. Give yourself time to heal. Give yourself time to rest. Stay grounded. There's a divine plan, okay? There's a divine plan. So we're not always meant to know how things are going to work out or why we're experiencing certain things, but we can trust that there is a divine plan. There is a reason for it all. And most importantly, we're not doing alone. Our loved ones and our ancestors, our guides, they're all working with us. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? This is very much of what I was feeling for you. You know, we're seeing those shifts in the way that you see your life, in the way that you see relationships. And next year, with next year being the focal point for you is healing, boundaries come along with healing. Setting boundaries for other people, setting boundaries for yourself, you know, and not letting those boundaries be crossed. Really maintaining a level of, really maintaining a sense of self, okay? Say yes. It says just say yes. And I think this is say yes to the healing, say yes to change, say yes to uncertainty, say yes to stepping outside your comfort zone. Okay. Share your voice. Self-expression, again, goes hand in hand with boundaries and healing. Let's pull one more card for you here. Who or what is triggering you? Perfect card, because we talked about that too, right? So your future, at least the year ahead, is healing. So you may notice as you go through healing, maybe your anxiety is a bit higher. You go through moments where you feel really empowered and the moments where you question yourself and your ego is present and you kind of fluctuate back and forth. Those are super normal. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself as you go through all these changes and as you go through this healing, and just stay consistent as much as you can, okay? And if you need time to rest, give yourself that time to rest. Meditation, journaling, coming up with some sort of self-care ritual will be so incredibly beneficial. And I would very much encourage you to see a therapist, journal, meditate, spend time in nature, maybe take up an exercise, take up something creative, take a class, you know, just start making yourself a priority and your own care a priority. And this year, if you're able to do that, if this year you're really able to make yourself your number one priority and you're putting the time and energy into you that you typically put into everyone and everything else, by the end of next year, you will see such an incredible version of yourself that you knew was in there, but you questioned. You were like, is she really in there? I don't know. You're really going to see that most authentic version of yourself, and you're going to feel so empowered and so good and just be moving in the right direction. I do see by the end of next year, you're taking on bigger changes, job changes, relationship changes. Really just, you're no longer afraid to step outside your comfort zone. So that's what I'm getting for you, Whitney. I'm sorry we had to do it in a separate video. I don't know what happened, but I hope this makes sense, and I am sending you so much love. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for letting me connect with you, and I hope you have a really great night. So I see there are just a couple people watching, so I will give it a second, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. If anyone paid for a reading, if you guys had a reading, if you're on my list of people who I read tonight, and you do have an extra question, please let me know. We'll give it just a second because there's the delay. I can't believe YouTube kicked me out on my last reading. On my last reading, it kicked me out. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Just waiting. There's a delay in the comments. Oh wait, there's something. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Let me see. There we go. Okay. Jasmine, will my fiance have a baby? Me and her will be trying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I definitely do see you having a baby. I feel like June is going to make sense. Okay. I don't know exactly how. June may be conception. June may be, I don't know. June is going to be something big when it comes to a future baby. Okay. But I do see a baby. And things do feel healthy with that. Brittany, I have a question about my reading. If possible, you said June, my living situation would be better. Do you see me selling my house or staying in the house that we are rebuilding? I feel like you're going to try to find something because I see you looking. But ultimately I see you staying in the house that you're rebuilding. Maybe not forever, but at least for a while longer. I don't actually see you moving like into another location for probably another 4 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. I was just checking in with Spirit. I'm like, is that right? They're like, yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting, Brittany. Okay. So good. All right. Well, then I'm going to let you guys go. I know we're way past time. I was hoping to be done by 9 Central and it is 10:10. So we went way over. So also you mentioned the 12th, something good would happen this month or next. I don't know. When I get numbers, they don't always tell me which month it's going to be. So just hold on to the number 12. Okay. Just hold on to it. I don't know if it'll be this month, next month, another month. I don't know, but just keep the number 12 in mind. And, whatever it is happens, your brain will be like, that's what it was. Okay. So I love you all. Thank you for joining again. Sorry, we had to end up splitting this into 2 parts, especially Whitney. I'm so sorry. But I hope that you all enjoyed your reading. The videos should be made public by now. This one is already public. The other one, I believe I just made it public, but I'll go in and double check. So things will be public. That way you can go back and watch, or you can share with friends or family. And it'll just be on my YouTube page. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions or you want to schedule another reading with me, the link is in my bio, but just visit ashleyspiritualmedium.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, join my texting community. But that's it. That's where I'm going to leave you all. So I love you all. I hope you have a really wonderful night, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon. All right. Bye, everyone.